Massive setback to Kerala in the Mullai Periyar Dam. Rao, for more on that, it's over to our editor for the South, T.S. Sudhir.
Thank you very much. In fact, as you said, a huge embarrassment for the Kerala government and of course a matter of jubilation there in Tamil Nadu. The Supreme Court has decided that the dam height could be increased to 142 feet. Now the Kerala government had always been objecting to that and also has scrapped the Dam Safety Act which was passed by the Kerala government. Also, the Mullai Periyar Action Council in anger has called for a bandh in the state tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Kerala government is now considering moving a review petition in the Supreme Court.
It's a boost for Tamil Nadu and a setback to Kerala in the long-drawn battle between the two states over the Mullai Periyar Dam waters. The Supreme Court has struck down the law passed by Kerala Assembly on the Mullai Periyar Dam as unconstitutional. The court ruled that Tamil Nadu can increase the water level to 142 feet.
Mullai Periyar ஒரு எக்ஸ்பர்ட் நம்ம துறவுலக இருக்காரு அவரை கேட்டது சரிங்க.
The court rejected Kerala government's view that the safety of the dam is under threat.
Is also a consolation in the sense that there is again a mechanism which the Supreme Court has promulgated, which of course can be utilized by the Kerala at least for the limited purpose of safety concern. But broadly speaking, as regarding the height of the water level, as regarding the validity of the status, of course there is no doubt that it's a setback to Kerala.
Kerala is really shocked to see that they have not considered the safety aspect. This dam was constructed in 1895. 119 years old dam. People in Kerala is really anxious about the safety of the dam. And we will definitely consult the eminent lawyers in Delhi what can be done in the present situation.
The Apex Court has set up a 3-member committee to look into the restoration work at the dam and also advise safety and security measures. The Kerala government's Dam Safety Act of 2006 was scrapped by the court. The government is now mulling over filing a review petition.
Tamil Nadu വെള്ളം കൊടുക്കുന്നതിന് ആവശ്യമായിട്ടുള്ള തീരുമാനങ്ങളാണ് വന്നിട്ടുള്ളത്. നമ്മുടെ സുരക്ഷ എന്നതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് എന്താണ് എന്നുള്ളത് നമ്മൾ അന്വേഷിക്കും.
ഈ സാഹചര്യത്തിൽ അടിയന്തരമായി കേരള നിയമസഭ വിളിച്ചുകൂട്ടണമെന്ന് കേരള നിയമസഭ വിളിച്ചുകൂട്ടുകയും ഭാവി കാര്യങ്ങൾ തീരുമാനിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യേണ്ടതാണ് എന്ന് ഞാൻ അറിയിക്കുന്നു.
I am being told tomorrow and from days onwards there would be a protest. The Dam Samrakshana Authority, Samrakshana Samiti had actually called for a hartal tomorrow, a statewide hartal in Kerala tomorrow. So that will happen. Already protests have been going, more than 2,600 days of protests has been going in front of Mullai Periyar Dam. That will continue. Political reactions coming through, expressing shock at this. Kerala government, what are the options they have? They might not have much of legal options, but at this time they are contemplating on going for a legal review in the same Supreme Court. We'll have to wait and see in the days to come how this will play up. But the big news coming from Kerala today is a major setback in the Mullai Periyar verdict. With camera person Abhilash MS in Thiruvananthapuram, Naveen Nair for Headlines Today.
So while there was a sense of embarrassment in Kerala Chief Minister Umman Chandy's tone, Jayalalitha was obviously gloating, very happy with the verdict of the Supreme Court. She congratulated the people of Tamil Nadu and celebrations have already broken out in Theni district in southern Tamil Nadu. Joining me now from Chennai is my colleague Shisha Reddy, also Tamil activist who has worked on the Mullai Periyar Dam issue, Mr. Dhiru Murugan Gandhi. Mr. Gandhi, if I may come to you, you saw the contrast in tones between the politicians from Kerala and the politicians from Tamil Nadu. Do you sense that this could actually create more fissures? Because the last time this entire issue broke out, we did see a lot of tension on the Kerala-Tamil Nadu border.
Kerala side that the safety is a questionable one. But the repeated reviews by the expert committees ensure that it is not a problem. Safety is not an issue, and it can go ahead with stocking up to 142 feet level. So it is once again and again by the Kerala politicians and the people from there creating such a kind of unnecessary fear to the Kerala people that this dam is very unsafe. So this is the core of the issue, and they should look at the technical aspects and the scientific aspects and the expert committee's opinion and all. And moreover, look at the Tamil Nadu people, the 5 districts that depend on that. It's already a drought-prone area, and those things are very much important that need to be considered. So politicizing over this Mullai Periyar issue is become very kind of a thing, sensationalizing it happening in Kerala side. That's something is not something that we are really looking at.
Well, I don't think it is only Kerala which is politicizing it, as you say. Even Tamil Nadu politicians today, obviously Jayalalitha was quick to take credit for something like this. Srisha, do you see in the days to come both the AIDMK and the DMK would actually... One second, Mr. Gandhi, if I may ask Srisha, do you get the sense, Srisha, that both the DMK and the AIDMK would actually now go ahead and try to claim credit for the verdict of the Supreme Court?
Well, that's right, Sudhir. Exactly, that's what happened, because sometime back in the afternoon, the DMK chief Karnataka said he's welcoming the Supreme Court verdict. But on the other hand, Jayalalitha did say that she is she has to take credit for whatever she done, and she did blame Karnataka in her statement that was sent a few minutes back from now. And of course, these two political parties, not just these political parties, other pro-Tamil groups have been taking credit to this entire issue, because they have been organizing protests in the past as well as this issue is broke out. It's a very long-standing issue between two states, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. But also, one more point that I could bring in, that people in Tamil Nadu, of course, there is a sense of euphoria in all these 5 districts, because people in Tamil Nadu do believe that the Kerala has been objecting to the increase of the water level from 136 feet to 142 feet. They also think by objecting this, they're obstructing the feeling and also the growth of Tamils and people in Tamil Nadu. So these are things that people have been... Of course, this was one of the major points for all the political parties when they were campaigning in all these 5 districts.
Mr. Gandhi, also the Tamil Nadu government had banned movies like Dam 999. Do you think that was in a bit of a panic, almost causing a law and order issue in both Tamil Nadu as well as in Kerala?
No, see, look at the entire thing. It's been created unnecessary panic in end of the 70s when they couldn't be able to stock enough water in the Idiki. They thought that Mullai Periyar Dam can be broken, and so that Idiki can be filled. And that's a fundamental reason of creating all this euphoria on, that this is a safety issue and all. So that is the fundamental reason. And if you look at the historical perspective, the regions that falls in the Mullai Periyar area is historically belongs to the Tamil Nadu people, and only in the recent times it has been given it, but traditionally it belongs to Tamil Nadu, and it is something water harvesting area for the entire 5 districts thing. It's a livelihood issue, not only for a few thousand people, it's for a crore of people. Depends on this water. So it's not that we are politicizing here. If you look at ADMK or DMK, they always fight for the credit. Who gets the credit? But they don't create an issue between two communities, between Kerala and Tamil Nadu and all. It's not that. If you look at the 2012 thing, the violence has been controlled very much in this side, but not on the Kerala side. So the Tamil Nadu labours were beaten up, they were sent back in those Kambam districts and other things. But if you look at the Tamil Nadu side, the Tamil Nadu police were so brutal that they stopped all the democratic protests happening in the Theni district or Kambam district. So if you look at it, that is something with the history. It's not that Tamil Nadu side has been a violence.
Fine. Okay, Mr. Gandhi, thanks a lot for your perspective. Of course, now that the Hartal has been called, we need to see how Kerala civil society, Kerala government actually reacts to this entire Supreme Court verdict, because there is concern that 35 lakh people in those 5 districts, including Kochi, could actually be affected if something happens to the dam. Thanks a lot, Mr. Gandhi and Srisha Reddy, for joining us with that perspective there from Chennai.